Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be showing you how I made my T60 shoulder pads and my lower arm armour. Now, if you have already been following my journey, you may notice that my T60 Armour is being slimmed down more than its typical large bulky self. This is just my personal choice with how I'm making it, but with the goal of these videos is to hopefully inspire you with your own and transfer the techniques or ideas you see to scale it up or down to whatever you love. As always, please feel free to leave a comment below, give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed, and feel free to tap that subscribe button to see more of my cosplay build shenanigans. And with that, please enjoy the video. Like other areas of my T60 build, I started off with a base pattern from Kamui Cosplay that I could build up onto with the T60's characteristics. I chose their plate design. There will be two ways the shoulder pads will attach to me, elastic and velcro. I started with the elastic by cutting a couple of inch thick incisions into the pads and threading a strip of elastic through. Then I needed to begin making my shoulder pads look a little more boxy. I made a rough paper pattern and cut out in 5mm foam. To create the softer corners, I made a V-shape cut along the seams, so when folded I got my desired look. Just make sure you don't cut all the way through when doing this. I then cut the foam into the shape I wanted. I did use some seam filler to smooth out the corners I didn't want as sharp before laying 2mm foam over the top to create depth. Next up was the top layer. I'm sure you can simplify this section a lot more than I did, but I deliberately wanted this layer to not be a smooth curve bending round with a slant going upwards. Once I was happy and the foam was all glued together, I put another layer of 2mm foam over the top to cover the seams and give a neater finish. For the centre strip on top, I used 10mm foam with strips of 2mm foam for the smaller details running down. Finally, using 10mm foam again, I cut two circular discs, one a centimetre smaller than the other. I cut some chunks out of the top one before sticking together and attaching to the shoulder pad. Remember, you'll need another set for your other shoulder pad. And here we are, two finished shoulder pads. For the lower arm, I used another Kamui Cosplay pattern for the base. This one is called Brace of 5 in their arm armour pattern collection. Remember to make two, one for each arm. I chose to use 5mm foam for this step. Once cut, I stuck together using contact cement. I always recommend using a heat gun prior to help heat and shape the foam. The curvier the foam not only means it will help you line both pieces up, but it will also reduce the strain on those seams. I then began adding layers on top using 2mm foam. You don't have to have two colours of foam for this, after all it will be painted at the end, but I personally found it easier to see the depth and the shape of each layer clearer. For the next step, I used the same technique I have done previously for my T60 torso and back piece. I cut some shapes I could see in my reference out of 10mm foam. I cut the U-shape one at a 45-degree angle and heat gunned. Here you can see how effective heating the foam can be. Once the components were stuck down, I popped a sheet of 2mm foam over the top, ensuring I got in every nook and cranny to smooth the pieces out. Here is a before and after the 2mm foam went on top. I then used the end of my Dremel bit to create the smaller detailing and my pyrography tool for the centres of my screws. And here we are, my lower arm armour. Thanks for watching.